All right, Cowboy Nation, it is your friend, Nevertheless Thomas. I'm here with the fabulous Jordan Burbank. What's up? How you doing?
What's up?
You ready to do this?
So ready.
Listen, I've been anticipating this moment because I want people to know about Jordan. All right?
Ready.
Tell us a little bit, just a little bit. Just give us a little. We're going to dive into a lot of things, but just tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm a new transfer here, but I'm born and raised around here, came up, and I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Yep. Okay.
Went to high school at Edmond North.
Okay.
And then
Wolves, right?
Huskies.
Huskies.
We
Okay,
got
my
the
bad.
Huskies.
She's
Come
like,
on.
she already checking me on this dog in Texas A&M. So
Hey, we're gonna get our facts straight today. Okay?
there we go. Today.
So go Huskies. Went to A&M, played 4 years there.
Okay.
Won a championship, and now time to come back home.
Okay, we're definitely gonna dive into this Texas A&M championship thing, and then coming to the amazing Oklahoma State University. You know, I'm gonna be a little biased, you know, so don't hold it to me. So let's talk about your childhood, right? So what did you like to do? Like, you know, we'll get to soccer, but what did you like to do as a kid? Were you outside? Were you climbing trees? Were you a tomboy? Were you on video games? Were you playing with Barbies? What did you do?
No Barbies.
No
I was
Barbies.
not. I still, like, that's probably my big thing my mom makes fun of me for is because I didn't play with Barbies. I don't
Really?
know how to braid hair at all.
Really?
I'm a ponytail only person or
Okay.
the braided ponytail. I
Okay.
can't do any braids.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, it was all sports all the time for me.
Really? Yeah.
Both my parents were athletes, both played in college and one professionally.
Tell us about that real quick.
Real quick. My dad played here. He played baseball and basketball
Go
here.
Dad, go Dad.
Yep. There we go.
He played what?
Baseball and
He
basketball.
played 2 sports. Come on, somebody.
Yep. For TH when he was here.
Okay.
And then mom played softball back at OU.
The other school.
Enemy school.
Yeah. So you were born into, like, you know, you was born to be an athlete. You know, both of them playing at that level.
Oh yeah.
You know. Okay, so
yeah.
sports was like just a way of life, huh?
It was my whole way of life. There is kind of, for me growing up, no other expectation for me.
Yeah.
That I just placed on myself. I think that I'm gonna go D1 all the way. There was nothing else for me.
Hey, you know what you get? I commend you setting the bar so high at a young age. You was like, if my parents did it, I could do it because, you know, frankly, I'm a little better than my parents.
Exactly. That's what I tell them every day. Is I'm like, how many championships?
Come on, yeah. Hey, I love it. You know, giving each other a hard time, that makes it fun in the house.
Oh yeah.
All right, so where were you born at?
So I was born in Boise, Idaho.
Okay.
Yep. And
Potato state.
Then, you don't know how much I hear that. I get called, well, you're just a little potato. And I'm like, just because you're from Idaho, there's no need for the potato talk.
See, this is good.
Everywhere.
This is good for people to hear because I'm sure I'm not the only one, and other people mess with you. We just think about potatoes.
That's why, like, when everyone mentions it, you're like, oh, where are you born? Idaho, potato. Nobody thinks anything else. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that is hilarious.
like, they got skiing. They got, right? Come on, there's more than potatoes.
It is. Like, tell us more about Iowa. You know, because the listeners, you know, they may be a little, you know, ignorant or whatever. Like myself, I don't know much about Idaho. I mean, Iowa.
No, Idaho. You're right.
Idaho. Yeah, Idaho. So tell us about Idaho. Like,
man, they have some of the best hidden ski places ever.
Really?
Ever.
Okay.
You got Brundage out there.
Love
you got
it.
McCall, Idaho. Like,
Okay.
if you can't get to, you know, typical Colorado, Utah, the hidden gems out
Beautiful.
there all over. They have, I gotta remember what it's called, like, I think it's not huckleberries, but they have a specific kind of, like, jam berries that's out
they
there.
make.
That's, like, super distinct. And you can only get it there. It's
Okay.
insane. It's probably better than all potatoes.
All right.
And the biggest pancakes you've ever seen in your life are out
Really?
in McCall.
Big pancakes.
Huge, they're huge.
It sounds like I
Huge.
need to go to Idaho.
You would thrive. I think
'cause
you'd thrive.
I love exploring places I've never been before, and I love the nature and things like that. So thank you for giving us a rundown about Idaho. So I know we talked off camera a little bit. You moved quite a bit. So where did you go from there?
So from Idaho, I went to Plano.
Okay.
Lived in Texas.
Plano, Texas.
Yep. My dad went down there and worked with the Rough Riders. So baseball was so a part of his life down there, and then my brother was born there.
Okay.
Then we moved from there to Choctaw, Oklahoma.
Choctaw, Oklahoma.
Yep.
That's not far from. I grew up in Midwest City.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
My mom's from Del City.
Okay, boom.
So
Look at that.
She loves her Eagles out there.
Okay.
She loves her people.
Okay.
And then from there, went to Miami, Florida. Lived down
Miami.
there for
That's
a little
big
bit.
jump from Choctaw to Miami.
It's a little different too.
Yeah,
There's
and your
a
dad got a
lot of
relationship.
lifestyle.
Go ahead and name drop. Your dad knew someone in
Coach
Miami.
Spolstra.
Okay, shout out to Coach.
BFFs down there.
Yep, there
And
we go.
then we come every time he comes up here to play, we always go and see him.
That's
Super
cool.
But then that's when the debate comes: do we sit on the Thunder side or
Uh-oh.
the Heat side?
So
You
tell us
gotta hide.
about that too. So now your dad works with the Thunder, so that's why. So everyone that's listening, that's why she's saying which side do we sit on. So
Yep. So then, what brought us back to Oklahoma was like he came up here.
Mm-hmm.
He got asked to help the Thunder out, and then he actually like stepped away from the sports side of things. Eventually, like
Okay.
he finally was like, I need to take a step back, and now he does just he's a financial person. I gotta remember what he's called.
Yeah.
Financial advisor.
okay,
But like. He's with all the sports people all the time, and it's
Yeah.
just like we kind of touched on earlier. It's a huge part of my life, even
Yeah.
before I was born.
Yeah.
That it's still going to be a part of my life forever, probably after.
yeah. So your dad is going, even though he stepped away, he's still going to be part of sports.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that just-
he's actually on his way up here right now for Bedlam. Like
Really?
Yeah.
Your dad is serious about
He's
it.
super serious.
I love it. I love it. So, all right. So you you all landed back here in Oklahoma, and then you started attending Edmond North. Mm-hmm. So before Edmond, where did you go to? Where were you at when you was in middle school? Like so.
So in middle school, I was at Sequoia.
Sequoia.
It's back in Edmond still.
Okay. Okay. So,
So-
you were in Edmond. Okay.
Yep.
So I noticed earlier you said sports with an S.
Yes.
So like, did you play more than one sport?
I played. Yes.
Okay. She said, "Let me tell you."
So in middle school it was interesting because like you get into sports like later.
Mm-hmm.
So before probably 6th grade I was in soccer, basketball, cheerleading, hockey.
Wow.
They tried to get me to do rowing. I did rowing camps.
Wow.
I like all of it. Like AAU basketball was very deep.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
The huge travel teams for softball.
Yeah.
And then of course soccer. But then once I got to high school I was only allowed to narrow it down to 3.
Wow. Okay. Well, shout out to your parents because I love when parents say I'm just going to throw you in a lot of different things, seeing what stick. I think it helps. Sports. I truly believe it helps develop us. We learn a lot of disciplines, teamwork, and all that type of stuff, and learning and applying. So when you got to high school, you can only do 3. What 3 did you pick?
My freshman year, I picked and made varsity softball, basketball, and soccer.
Hold on. We're not gonna just go past that. Like I didn't hear what you just said. Your freshman year, you made varsity what?
Softball, basketball, and soccer.
Oh man, we breed athletes around here, man. That's what we do. All right. So which one did you like the most?
I loved soccer. I loved soccer the
Really?
most. And a little bit was because it was probably the one sport my parents had no idea about.
Okay, yeah. So you could be the leader.
I could be the leader and kind of go down my own path with it just
Yeah.
because, mom and dad obviously had the connection to softball.
Okay.
Baseball player, softball player, that was their expertise. And then dad had the basketball expertise, so I kind of decided to go rogue.
Yeah.
And just, let's go with a European sport they don't know anything about.
I think to me, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but that shows the leadership in you. For you to say, I could do this right here, but I'm going to be Jordan. I'm going to be myself. I got my own personality, and I'm going to go this route. That's a little, I can relate to when people have a little rebellion in them. Like I'm naturally a rebel, so like but you know what? When you're a little rebellious, if it's used the right way, it can actually shoot you to higher heights. You know what I'm saying? Now look at you. You
Definitely. It's got me here.
Come
It's got me
on.
here, and that's what I give thanks for it.
There we go. So here we go. So you're in high school. You obviously killing it if you're on varsity. When did you realize, okay, I may like soccer the most, but that's what I'm going to pursue at the next level?
So this was a huge topic for me, actually,
Okay.
because it wasn't me that made that decision.
Okay.
It was my coaches. So my high school coaches and my club coaches got really upset about me sharing time with other sports.
Ooh.
So they all came to me and said, hey, like each individually were like, you need to pick our sport. And they actually failed me from their classes my like freshman year. It was that big of a deal.
What?
They started marking me tardy because I was missing one sport for the other when transitioning. And I failed my first hour class because that's what they say. If you get enough tardies, you fail your first class.
That actually tells me how good you were.
And so it was crazy.
They're fighting over you as a freshman.
Yeah.
But they wrong for that. Anyway, I'll say it again. But go ahead.
So it was my junior year that they were like, finally like, you got to cut it. You got to pick one. And I was like, I'm sorry, I got to go with soccer then. And then went with soccer full junior, halfway through senior year. And then I left early senior year to go play college.
Okay, so you gonna just drop that on us like, yeah, you left early like everybody doing that left and right. Okay, so I love it. So, I mean, that means that academically you must have been handling your business and you were that good. So tell us about, like, the recruiting process. Like, what schools offered you and what made you pick A&M?
It was, this will also be another fun story.
Okay, let's do it. Let's hear
So my
it.
first school I got offered by was in 8th grade by Baylor.
Hold on. See, so you keep on dropping these things. We got to drop a pin. Sometimes you just have to lower the anchor. So in 8th grade, you got a D1. Bro, I'm sitting here with baby LeBron. I'm sitting here with baby LeBron James, bro. And so in 8th grade, you
I mean, I'm named Jordan for a reason.
Come on.
Like,
Come on, Jordan. I love it. Sue, let them know. So you get your first D1 offer in the 8th grade from Baylor.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they came down to a practice. They said, come up with this. So I went, or down, I guess, to Waco. I saw it and I had no idea, other than I thought bears were kind of cool.
Yep.
Like, that's kind of cool.
Okay, yeah.
I like gold. I like green. That's cool.
Yep.
Then came back. Parents were like, you're in 8th grade. This is ridiculous.
Yep.
So kept looking, got calls from, went to go look at UT.
And that was
came
later in
here.
high school, right?
No, it was like summer of 8th grade year, freshman year.
Wow.
I committed by the end of my freshman year. That's when I decided to go
Early.
to school. Very early.
Wow.
And so it was, you know, a lot of Big 12 schools. Kansas came here, to Oklahoma State, OU, a couple, Auburn, Alabama,
Wow.
LSU, and then I actually decided, I verbally committed to University of Utah. I wanted to go play in the Pac-12.
Out of all those schools, you
Yep.
verbally committed
To University
to
of Utah.
Utah.
Yep.
I mean, you know,
I wanted to go.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wanted to go kind of stir up the water in the Pac-12. It's a really big time, like soccer is really big time out there on the West Coast.
Okay.
So I kind of just thought, like, you know, again, with paving my own path, I thought my personnel would kind of fit in out there.
Wow. So what made you switch from Utah, being verbally committed to Utah, to A&M?
I went out there on my senior visit, and the switch for me was just felt like a little bit of a disconnect.
Okay.
There was always, which, you know, looking back on it, it always brings it back around. I compared everything kind of to Oklahoma State. I wanted this exact atmosphere, but I didn't want to be here in the beginning.
I got you.
I wanted to be able to go and branch out.
Yeah.
I wanted to go and explore that chance. And I realized, like, when I got there, like, hey, this isn't what I feel in my heart. This isn't where I feel like God was calling me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that's important.
took a scary step back, being a senior, and saying I'm gonna open the world to recruiting again when I'd been shut off for basically 4 years from
Wow.
it. Was a huge step, and it was in like a 2-week frame of when I said, "Hey, coach, thank you. I'm gonna take a step back." Another coach from A&M picked up the phone and called me.
Okay.
And that's when he was like, if you can get here in January, we want you and we want you now.
Okay.
And I had a 2-week span to finish school,
Yeah.
finished it, and then moved down to College Station.
So it was that quick.
It was that quick.
Wow, that's phenomenal right there. I mean, like, so it sounds like, you know, you're a person of faith, and so is that where you, like, is that the foundation of who you are and everything, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was very strong with my mom and my whole family, and
Yeah.
that was just, if it's God's will, it's His way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will go down whatever path He kind of leads me towards. And it's led me here.
Come on, you better preach.
Awesome.
Oh, so her cash app is, she need this offering now.
Yep.
So that was,
tithing.
I know. I love it. All right, so man, thank you so much for sharing all this amazingness from high school. And we're going to come right back and continue.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, cool. We are back. So, we ended with talking about A&M and how you ended up like in 2 weeks, boom, now I'm at A&M. What was that transition like for you going from high school to a huge university?
Personally, it wasn't that big of a transition.
Yeah.
It was a moment that I felt like I prepared my whole life for, and it was the easiest transition I've probably ever experienced. I'm like,
really?
Out of all the moves, out of all of everything, that was the one thing that I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm here now, so
Man, shout out to your parents, man. And I mean, like, the thing is, of course, it's you doing it, but I mean, you had to have some great people influence you and raise you right to be able to say that, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And you're already living by faith, so you already know you got God on your side. But that's really cool that you were able to make that transition at a young age.
Oh, yeah. I don't give them enough credit, my parents. They really just laid down the path for me and guided me in the best way and showed me all the love, all the education, all the understanding of everything I could ever ask for.
Come on.
That I give them all the credit.
That's what
I wish
I'm
I could give
talking
them more.
Hey, parents out there listening, show up for your kids, be intentional, and raise them the best you can. I love it. So now you're at A&M, right? So tell us about, tell us about the steps to becoming a national champion.
So it was super cool. So COVID was weird. I will, though, have to admit that. So we became the SEC championships right after COVID hit, and then that was just amazing. We won the season. We got the big ring. I almost thought about bringing it today, but I thought,
you could have worn it.
I'm going to be humble.
No, you could have, hey. Hey, you earned it.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Yep, and then the following season, we actually played Oklahoma State in it was the Sweet 16.
Really?
And if you look back on the pictures, which I feel horrible for Liv, you look back and I was in goal for PKs. And we won in PKs.
Okay.
And one of the best pictures that came out of it was me getting all pumped, yelling, and Liv walking with her head on her head.
Oh.
And then you turn around next season and here I am.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, hey guys.
Like, it's me from the picture.
I'm back.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm sure you brought inspiration with, like, being a champion to, coming here. I mean, that has to, like, make them feel like, okay, she's qualified, she knows what it takes, and she's going to add to our team. So tell us about how you, the transition from A&M, how did you come to O State?
So the transition was just I graduated, and it was one of those times where I was like, okay, what's my next step?
Yep.
What would I want to do?
Yeah.
And the opportunity presented itself to come back home and compete for literally the school of my dreams. Like, I found just a goal sheet the other day that said, here are my steps, and I made it in, like, who knows, like middle school.
Really?
Commit to Oklahoma State was my first goal. That was because I wanted to follow my dad. I wanted to be like my dad.
Yeah.
And to see how it's come back around is crazy. And so the transition was really just, it's time to come back and help us win a championship. It's time to help us compete.
Wow, that's really dope. I mean, like, you're, I'm finding a trend of athletes setting goals at a young age. And that, like, really blesses me to hear that. Like, that's really cool that, because, growing up for me, it wasn't like that. I was just trying to survive. I didn't know if I would live past 25, honestly. So I was just like, I want to survive. So to hear that you all had goals and you're, like, meeting those goals and now you wanted to be at O State, and now that opportunity came, and boom, you're here. Come on, let's go, somebody.
Yeah.
So are you excited to be here?
I'm so excited. It literally has been amazing so far.
Yeah.
It's been just from getting to campus and getting at practice and then even participating in the Chili Cowboy. There are just so many little things that I'm like, okay, this is why I'm here. This is why I want to be here and get other people to come here.
That's one thing that's like really cool about O State. It's a small town, and we're so family oriented. We love each other. We love the community. We love helping out people. We use our platforms to benefit other organizations, like when we was doing that for Special Olympics. And tell us what that was like.
That was all credit to Chelsea Alexander.
Okay.
That's her baby.
Yeah.
But it was a great opportunity just to give back, and especially having the Special Olympics hosted here in Stillwater every year.
Yeah.
That just to be able to give back in our own unique way was huge.
Got you. So, last question before we go into this or that. As a student athlete, you're a full-time athlete, you're a full-time student. What do you do for Jordan just to get away and say, this is my mental break? What do you do for fun? Uh-oh, she's laughing, y'all. She's laughing. If you can't see her, she's laughing.
I live Broadway.
Okay.
So I think this is funny because I don't really step away, but I live now by myself. And I will host my own Broadway show basically at home.
Hold on. You know what? Shout out to our staff and our team. They told me to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, but I can't stop right here. So you host your own Broadway show.
Oh, yeah.
You got to tell us about it. Come on,
Hamilton,
Jordan.
from the first act to the end. I got that whole, it took me 2 weeks to memorize the whole thing.
Okay.
And before I ever saw the play, before I ever saw the musical, if I wasn't in sports, I used to do lyrics, which is down at Oklahoma City.
Okay, yeah.
So if I didn't do sports, I would be going that way.
Really?
I loved all things Broadway, all things.
Let's go.
Everything from Wicked to Cats to one show called like Rotten Tomatoes. Like it's literally, I love it all. I love it all.
Man, hey, that's fascinating. That's cool. Yeah. So do you know Abby Winchester? She just graduated. She played basketball, but she just graduated. Okay, yeah, you need to meet her.
Okay.
I mean, because like Hamilton, she knows all the words too.
See, my old teammates would make fun of me all the time because I had posters and shirts, and they were like, "You've never even seen the play. Like, you have no idea." And I'm like, "I love it.
Yeah.
I love it all."
Yeah, I'm going to connect you with her because I mean, maybe she can come in and be a guest one day or something like that, and y'all can vibe together.
We'll vibe.
Well, cool. Now we're going to have this or that. So basically, I'm going to, you're going to be competing against other athletes. And to be honest with you, our football players have been blowing it out the water. Like, they have been doing really well. So I am counting on you.
The real football player is here now.
Here we go. Tell them again.
The real football player is here.
I love it, Jordan. I love the energy. Here we go. So we're going to start, and I'm going to go as fast as you go. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Snicker Twix?
Snicker.
Netflix, YouTube?
YouTube.
Phone calls, text?
Phone.
Michael Jordan, LeBron?
Jordan.
Pastor, driver?
Pastor.
Ketchup, ranch?
Ranch.
Night, morning?
Morning.
Pastor, driver?
Driver.
Coffee, tea?
Coffee.
Dogs, cats?
Dogs.
Dinner, breakfast?
Dinner.
Rich friend, loyal friend? Laundry, dishes?
Dishes.
Snickers, dress shoes?
Dress shoes.
Cars, trucks?
Cars.
Pens or pencils?
Pens.
Pancakes, waffles?
Pancakes.
Winter, summer?
Summer.
TV shows, movies?
Movies.
Country, city?
Country.
Beach, mountains?
Mountains.
Silver, gold?
Gold.
Sour, sweet, or salty?
Salty.
Hot, cold?
Cold.
Marvel, DC?
DC.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Well, hey,
Dang.
hey, we appreciate. Hey, you killed it. Let me tell you, we appreciate, you giving us your time, and let me tell you, Cowboy Nation, we have a jewel here. We need to make sure that everyone welcomes Jordan when you see her on the street. Give her a high five, say hello to her. And Jordan, we want everyone to be able to stay in contact with you. So let us know your social media handles.
Yeah, so my Instagram is just at Jordan Burbank 1. Facebook, Jordan Burbank.
There we go.
And then Twitter, I think is, if you just look up Jordan Burbank, I pop up. I'm the first one that pops up, but it's Jordan_Burbank 1.
Hey, I love it. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and sharing your amazing story. My name is Les Nevertheless Thomas, and I represent the #1 podcast in the world, Brand Squad. Thank you for joining the team, and everyone be blessed. Peace.
Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.